Hello, family. Welcome back. I have a question, and this question is primarily for Cameroonians. When was the last time a fellow Cameroonian informed you of an opportunity, be it business or job, any opportunity that could increase your financial status? And I'll flip the question back to you. When was the last time you did that for someone else, a fellow Cameroonian? When was the last time you picked up your phone, saw an opportunity that could benefit one of us financially, and you informed that person of that? Now, why am I asking this question? Because I've just come from a gathering with other Cameroonians, and this was the topic at hand, and this came up, and it's fast becoming a stereotype. And stereotypes are not born out of the void. They are often contributing factors to why these stereotypes are created, right? So I wanted us to look at the root causes of why we think that those of us in the diaspora don't support each other, and how we could change that narrative and become a community like Nigeria that supports one another. So historically, the colonial masters, when they came to Cameroon, their way of rule, we know it was divide and conquer, right? So they fragmented this group of people that they found, and over time we had different colonial masters, right? We had the French people who ruled one side, we had the English, we even had the Germans. And post-colonialism, our leaders continued with that same mentality and style of ruling, right? Again, still divide and conquer. So even though they brought these different groups of people that were supposed to be unified, it couldn't really work in reality because they propagated the colonial masters' way of ruling, which again was divide and conquer. And in our communities, we see it, right? It's Francophones against Anglophones. It's different tribes against each other. The roots go far as it's different, like little communities within the same tribe. It's that ridiculous. And it becomes even more obvious when we come out here into the diaspora, because now we can compare what other nationalities or other communities are doing, and you can see the cohesiveness, how people work together. Again, I bring Nigeria because Nigeria is such a good example of that. We can see how they work together to support this with little or no fuss. While within our Cameroonian communities, we are, fragmenting ourselves even further, right? So that I think is one of the root causes of why we behave, or why we think that we do not support each other. Still on that colonial mentality, culturally, we are raised to see wealth as immoral, right? Because think about it. Go back, take yourself back to your time as a young person in Cameroon before you ever left. Think of the first rich person, a wealthy person that you heard of. What was their wealth associated to? We were really never taught to appreciate hard work. We never saw wealthy people as having obtained their wealth through, hard work. No, it was always something very immoral attributed to their success. And so that breeds skepticism, right? So it makes us Cameroonians to view success as skepticism. And so it affects the way we look at successful people in our community. So if you view a successful person with skepticism, what does skepticism breed? It breeds mistrust. What does mistrust breed? Mistrust breeds fear. What does fear breed? Fear breeds competition. So tell me, how am I going to support you if I'm in competition with you? How? Another reason that I think that we don't support each other is because our governments are they have no structures in place to tap into the richness that is the Cameroonian diaspora. If they had set some form of channels through which we could come together, brainstorm, and have dialogue even on how we could contribute to our society at large, we would at least find common ground on different ways where out here in the diaspora we could work together and support one another. But there's nothing in place. There is no structure in place. And it's to our detriment really, because individually there are so many Cameroonians who are doing exceptionally well for themselves, through whom our society would benefit largely from their know-how. Because what does a successful person bring to the community? A successful person brings a blueprint, right? So if I've been able to make something of myself, I'm talking about financial success. If I've been able to make something of myself financially, in a Western world, I know the steps. I can guide you. A successful person can go back to our community and say, hey, look, I've done this. I can guide, I can mentor 1, 2, 3, 4 people. I can mentor a part of the community. Not necessarily just lift them out of poverty, but raise them up to the level that I'm in. But because we are raised to view success, financial success, with such skepticism, I think I can confidently say that successful people are reluctant to put themselves forward because they know what they will be met with. They know the judgment that they will be met with from their own people. I think these are some of the reasons that we see this lack of community success, of community support among us. But we can change that, right? We can change that. We can copy from other communities that are doing it well. And there's so many, but I think that one of the most important ways to foster this community support is to highlight the stories of the successful people. Because if success breeds success, right? If you find yourself in a community where there are successful people, the more successful they are, the more the community grows and the more success the community gains. Success breeds success. If we highlighted the stories of these successful people and we made them less afraid to put themselves forward, to show others the blueprint of how they gained their success, I think that it would help our communities desperately. If we highlight the stories of successful people within our communities, first of all, what does that do? It inspires, it motivates, right? It encourages, but not that. We know who to run to in our communities when we need help. We would know who to run to. And those people will be more encouraged to come back and pour into our communities. It's as simple as that. We need to be able to highlight the stories of successful people in our communities. So other ways that we could improve on this community support is by not just promoting success stories, but also encouraging collaborative projects. So by encouraging collaborative projects, we can initiate like community-based projects that require collective efforts, okay? And so any project that requires collective efforts, Anglo, Franco, whatever, would help to foster unity and shared purpose. That's something we can do. And in the vein of community support, I want to tell you about something I came across. Is a program called Tech Start, and it is on a website called casitechacademy.com. And what is Tech Start? Tech Start is it's for IT professionals or IT enthusiasts. So if you're interested in joining IT, or you're currently working in IT and you're looking at the job market or the future of your career, and recognizing that AI is coming in full force, and your program may be running out, and we're seeing some programs really dying out in the job market, then this tech start is for you. You know, it's going to ask you a series of questions that will tell you exactly where you're going to thrive in IT. I'll put the information down below where you can click on the link, follow a series of prompts and register and do the test. And then if you're trying to pivot, it will guide you to pivot which kind of career in IT to pivot to. If you're trying to join, it will guide you. If you want to change careers, it would guide you. So Tech Start Academy, Tech Start program, the link will be down below. So, well, if you've listened so far, thank you so much for watching. Share this video. Let us continue to improve and, our community. Cameroon is my focus. We need to do better, and we can do better because individually we are like powerful. So imagine if we came together as a collective, what we could do, how we could change our stories and the stories of our children that are being born out here in the diaspora. So until next time, my name is Gareti and I'll talk to you soon. See you on the next video.